Great American Pillow Fight coming at you.
Who's that saying stupid flag? Spurrier was in the stall, and when we all went piling out.
All you gotta do is block that guy. Your job ain't that hard. So just don't make it hard. Yes, sir, Coach. I got you.
Now, from Suite 11 at Louisiana Downs Casino and Racetrack in some basement in rural Central Florida, it's the Jumpin Offsides Podcast Network. Here's your host, Chance, JD, and Mike.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 43 inside the Jumpin Offsides studio. Mike Pearson, as always, is live from Tampa, Florida. And then JD Lyles is in studio. We have an amazing guest today. I'm going to let Mike handle all that. But episode 43, this is the milestone. This is the major day for us. JD's coming off a big win, LSU Clemson. And me and Mike are just, we win. That's what we do. And I'm going to give it to Mike now. Let's talk about it. And then bring in our amazing guest today.
Well, fellas, this is a guy I owe a lot to, man. Alex Brown. If there's a Mount Rushmore of Florida football, he is definitely on there. All-time sack leader, Gator Hall of Famer, Florida Georgia Hall of Famer, NFL 9-year career, Pro Bowl guy. And he probably doesn't know this, but he's a guy that, honestly, his leadership style I tried to emulate because AB was always smiling. He was always making sure guys were having fun. He kept everything lively. And I always tried to say, hey, if I'm going to try to do something to emulate, I want to be like that guy because he every day brought it to practice, brought it on Saturdays. And just about an hour ago, my wife, Melissa, said, hey, who you guys having on the show tonight? Because she knows we have some former guys. I said, oh, AB's going to be on the show. And she said, that's the same guy you used to come home to and be kicking yourself because he said he beat you again. I said, yeah, babe, that's him. So for everything that AB did against the other team, he did to me in practice. And like I've told these guys, I would not have been half the player I was able to become without a guy like him. Because I'm telling you guys, there ain't nobody better than 13. And Alex, I was telling these guys, not to steal your thunder, but my first real, true welcome to the SEC moment was in 1999 in the swamp, where I'm getting goosebumps right now when I watch that dude right there, number 13, put a guy down 5 times and probably hit him 25 times. It was the greatest one-man show I'd ever seen or have ever seen in my entire life. So with all that, folks, we got number 13 in your program, number 1 in your heart, Mr. Alex Brown.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I couldn't have said that. I mean, Mike, man. Yeah, I'm not a very emotional person. And I'm like, damn, why am I getting chills right now? What's going on, man? Dang. So, I appreciate that, Mike. I do. I respect you and your game so much. You as a person, for sure. Just a great dude. And made me practice hard because Michael's a really good player. So I had to practice hard. I had to get after it. And I don't know. There was only one way I knew, man, and that's just to go 100% and let's see what the hell happens, right?
Dude, I'm telling you guys, I mean, this dude, he's the reason that left tackles have ulcers and heartburn on Friday and Saturday nights. Because people like Alex, you don't sleep good. I'm telling you right now. And I was able to sleep better on my side because I'm like, look, I've been going against this guy. Their dude ain't better. So it's just a testament how he played. And again, that big smile you guys are seeing right now, that's how AB was every single day of the week. He just brought a great attitude, energy, and everything to the system and just made our team and everybody around him better. He's one of those guys that elevates people to be better and to be more. So AB is just a quality dude.
Mike P, baby. I'm from White Springs, Florida, about 45, 50 minutes north of Gainesville. And I went back there. I actually just went back. I went to Gainesville yesterday. I did a little appearance there at the Gainesville Quarterback Club, and honestly, like I drove through my hometown, and coming from where I came from, bruh, it's just hell yeah, you smile when you wake up and you're at the University of Florida and you have an opportunity in front of you. Yeah, you smile, man. You just you feel great about being given that opportunity to come out and play, and God blessed me with a talent, and hopefully I maximize that talent and put on display. And I had a lot of people tell me they really enjoyed me playing, and the fact that people remember a little country boy's name from White Springs, Florida, all these years later, kind of makes me feel good, you know? So it was awesome.
Chance, I don't know if you know, but maybe tell the folks on our show what other position you played in high school.
Well, okay, so I know he's talking about quarterback. So I played quarterback my senior year. I actually played quarterback throughout my high school career, right? And I was always second team. And my high school coach would always tell me, well, you can do other stuff. I'm like, screw that. I want to play quarterback. Like, what are we doing? Like, I want to play quarterback. I'm the best quarterback on the team. I can play quarterback. And they just wouldn't do it. And they put me at wingback. I'd play receiver. I was always a linebacker. I played corner my freshman year on varsity. But then I grew from, my freshman year, when I finished in June, when that freshman year ended, that was, let's say, June. By August, I had grew 4 inches and 40 pounds. So I went from 5'10", like a $165, to 6'2", 205 in 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And from that point in high school, I'm like, oh shit, y'all in trouble. Oh yeah, like oh yeah, like it's about to go, right? Like I was ready, like because I always wanted it, right? I always wanted it, and I have 4 brothers. We grew up in a 2-bedroom house, you know, like, so I knew my parents couldn't give me a scholarship. They couldn't pay for a scholarship. So if I can earn one, and my parents didn't go to school. So I asked my dad, I'm like, so, okay, all right, so a scholarship. So how do I get it? He's like, I don't know. If you're good enough, they'll come. Okay, so how good is that? I don't know. I'm like, oh my God, it's like, I'm getting very little information here, you know? So it was just a matter of just be as good as you can be and keep working. And when you see some dude that you ain't seen before at the game, that might be him, you know? Like, so, but yeah, my senior year, I played quarterback, and Mike Pino, Andre Davis, the linebacker. So they were our rival in high school. And we beat them my senior year. Get this. And Dre reminds me every year, okay? So my mom graduated in 79. We beat them that year. In 97, I graduated. We beat them that year. We haven't beat them since. Like, it's been 30 years, and we ain't beat them once. Wow. Like, it's insane. Wow. It's absolutely insane. So they are so good. They're so good. So many players come up out of there. And that was the one thing I wanted to do. My dad asked me in 10th grade and in 11th grade, did I want to leave and go play at Live Oak? And I hated them so much that I couldn't do it. Yep. That's why today, and I know, I'm sure you guys talk about it a lot, but now with the NIL and guys leaving and transfer portal, and I'm like, there's no way. It blows my mind that somebody could actually leave the University of Florida and go play at Georgia or go play at FSU. Yeah. It kills me. Like, we had one guy, I'm sure you remember Vanez Gooch, that came from Florida State, running back, and he came to Florida, and it was really weird. Like, hold on now, like, there ain't many people that you just hate, right? You hate for no reason. You hate simply because they're wearing that dang spear on the side of their helmet, and their elbow look broke sometimes. So that's the only that's the only time. Like, you just can't stand the guy, and now he's my roommate, and I'm like, whoa. I don't know about this one, but it don't feel right. This don't feel right, you know. So, but yeah, man, it was a blast, man. We had a blast. I'm sure we'll get into a lot of that stuff, but it was amazing time.
Well, it just shows the type of athlete that Alex is. I mean, just you talk about a guy that could do a lot of different things on the field. They could move him around. I mean, occasionally he could drop inside and rush over the center and wear those guys out too. So, I mean, it's not surprising to me that you played all those different positions, and I think it's cool for the audience to just truly, understand how great of an athlete you are. And his kids are playing sports now. His son's playing college baseball, so I'm not surprised that the apple is not falling far from that family tree. So
I appreciate it.
Maybe give us kind of.
I mean, would take a lot of credit for that.
Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about the Tennessee game, so I'm sure fans want to know some of that. But give us some of your other memorable, games. But definitely talk about the Tennessee game because, again, for me, I got to see it firsthand live, and it just, I mean, I started feeling bad for, I think it was Chad Clifton, who you were going against, who was a pretty dang good player himself. So, I mean, I started feeling bad for that guy at a certain point, and it was like, man, I mean, this guy either needs to fake a cramp or just go down with a heart attack.
Mike, what's crazy, guys, is that so I go to Chicago, and Chad Clifton, who Mike is referring to, left tackle, he played at Green Bay. So we would go against each other twice a year, right? And he would always, every single game, probably 4 or 5 times in the game, especially when I got a good jump on Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, he'd be like, yeah, just like college, you're offside.
I've seen this before.
Like, what are you talking about?
I've seen that before.
What are you talking about? So yes. So he was we actually, and it was funny because in Chicago you hate Green Bay, right? You just that's what it is. You hate Green Bay. And during the timeouts, I'm asking him, hey, so I heard you had another kid. So hey man, how's it going? And it was never like that. Like I didn't necessarily hate him, and he made it funny by asking me all the time, like telling me rather that I was offsides and I cheated in that game and I made him look bad. He could have been drafted higher. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You made him look bad, but you were not offsides because we were watching.
Yes, for sure. So other games, the one game, like what Mike is saying, how he watched that game right on the sideline. There was a game on the sideline, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching. And it was 97 when we played Florida State, and I'm a redshirt freshman. I still think it's the loudest game ever at the Swamp. I've never heard anything like it, never seen anything like a team like Florida State being number 1 on offense, number 1 on defense, and nobody thought we had a shot at all. We were rotating quarterbacks and Noah Brandeis and Doug Johnson, and Fred Taylor went off nuts. Like I was there. Went crazy.
That was my last recruiting game, or if you will, as a high school senior. I was there, and I remember because I even told and you probably remember this because you were. I remember the guys at pregame. Everybody was wearing the white bottoms, but nobody had pads in their pants. So I was like, I tapped my brother. I was like, Kelly. I was like, this is kind of weird. Nobody has pads in their pants. He's like, I don't know. Maybe they're hot. I'm like, dude, it's the end of November. Like, it ain't hot. And then you probably remember this too. That was senior night, and that was the first time we busted out the all blue. And the seniors were hauling ass out there, giving mom and dad a quick hug and getting back in because they didn't want to kind of let anybody know. And dude, when they came out in that all blue, I looked at my brother and I said, "We got this. It's done, donezo." And the play, like AB said, that place was rocking.
That was Jaquez down the sideline too, wasn't it?
Yep. Jaquez Green caught a bomb late in that game down the sideline, and Fred Taylor was like the dude, and he ended up. I think Fred T scored 3 touchdowns. It was an unbelievable game. And then I probably go to the SEC championship, Mike. After that, the 2000 and how we won it, like going up to Mississippi State and getting smacked, hearing all those damn cowbells go crazy. And then turning around and like really like honing in and winning it all and beating Auburn in that SEC championship. I didn't feel that feeling again until we won the NFC Championship, and I knew I was going to a Super Bowl. So that was that feeling. You don't get that feeling often, man. Like personal stuff don't really do it. Like yeah, you're happy, but when Ian Scott and the story is I've told this the same way because it's the absolute truth. I am so locked in on the Saints and beating the Saints. There's 4 minutes to go in the game. We're up, I think, 39 or 32, like 16 or something like that. And Thomas Jones runs runs right and cuts all the way back left, and he scores. Ian runs over to me. He's like, hey, B, we're going to the Super Bowl. And that moment right there was like, I don't know, like you're 4 or 5 years old when you're watching a Super Bowl, and you're like, my gosh, I'd love to play in that. You know, like I hope like I get a chance to play in that. And when he came and told me, like it's hard to even not cry. You know, it's like, oh my God, like we are going to the Super Bowl. This is insane. So yeah, it was a very emotional moment for me. And the thought of having your kids, so I went and got my son. So I want to have my son down here and like make sure he gets to experience it too. So it was awesome, and I hadn't felt that feeling since SEC championship that we had back in 2000, and it was great because it's your teammates, all the ones you bled with, and you went through those hard times with. When we went down to Michigan State in '99, we played Michigan State in the Citrus Bowl. And we get our butt whooped. We just get smoked, or we get smoked in the Alabama SEC championship game the year before. And Freddie Miller's we can't put a hand on him. Like it was all those times. And now now we're at the top, right? So it was great to celebrate that with all the guys. And I think that's the one. That's the top one for me. Then it would be the '97 game, and then probably the Tennessee game is because I went from the next Javon Curse to that's Alex Brown.
Maybe. Yeah, exactly. yeah.
So
Man, I think it speaks to you. Go ahead, Chance.
No, you go ahead, Mike. I'll ask my question.
No, I just think it speaks to the type of leader and person that Alex is. Because if you notice, the two top games are not an individual highlight. It's team, and then he'll give a little bit of, hey, here's what I like. But I mean, that's just the type of dude he is, and just a great leader. Again, a guy that, just led by example too. He gives some fired up stuff, but the thing with Alex is just watch how he worked, watch how he performed, and a dude that you said, all right, if we got to try to live up to that level, if we can get close to that, we're going to win. And I'm with AB with, we walked around those hallways and we saw all the names, all the trophies, and those things that you want to say or bring your kids back and say, look, we were a part of this tradition. We were a part of this legacy. And until you win that SEC championship, you're always kind of like you're on the outside looking in. And to his point, we went to the game in '99 and got thumped by Alabama. And then, lose the bowl game to Michigan State and kind of scratching your head. And then leaders like AB and Doug and Ernest and all these guys, we manned up, and then you win it. You finally win one. And you're like, all right, I'm a part of this special group of men who've laid a foundation, and we can be proud of how we were a part of that tradition.
Yeah.
Did Nick Saban coach in that ball game, or had he already taken the LSU job at that point? Do you know?
He was there. He was there.
And
he was definitely there.
In which game?
No, in the bowl game you were talking
Michigan
about.
State game. He was
when
there.
he was at Michigan State.
I think he left like a couple weeks after.
Yeah. So he was at Michigan State. Yes, he was at Michigan State.
Yeah.
And the Bama game, and I've talked to him a couple times. Dabo Swinney was the special teams coach on that Alabama team.
Okay.
And I went down to the Orange Bowl. I think they played Oklahoma. I want to say it was 2018 maybe. They still had Deshaun Watson as a quarterback. And I go down to that game, and he starts talking about the game. And I'm like, really? You're going to talk about, like, you know, that's the game that hurt. So, like, they smoked us. If people, like, everybody watching, like, go back and look at that game. That we couldn't stop them on defense, and we couldn't do. I think we had 100 yards. This is how bad it was. It was bad enough for me to say something about the offense after the game, and Coach Spurrier did not like that. But he jumped all over me. He jumped all over me. He did not like it. I think we had 107 yards or something like that.
It was bad.
And we were on the field like 41 minutes. It's like, well, Alex, y'all got to get off the field. Like, defense is on the field. We can't stop them. It was bad, man. It was one of the worst games I think I've ever been a part of. Just Peyton Manning them did beat us 41-7 one game, but in college for sure.
Yeah, that was a squad. They had Chris Samuels, they had Alexander, they had Millens.
Yes.
They had Zal, they had Kenny King. Yeah, they had some dudes.
Oh my gosh. They were good.
Very good. You talked about coaches and stuff, and to kind of digress back to, you were talking to your dad about, about recruiting, and if you're good enough, they'll find you. What was it like with Steve Spurrier coming to the home and recruiting? What was his pitch to you?
You got to do it in his voice, though.
Well, okay, yes, I do. I will have moments where I'll do that, honestly, but there was no pitch for me. Because everybody knew I was going to Miami. I wasn't going to Florida. I wasn't. The only place that I like had a shot was probably Florida State. My high school coach loved Florida State. He would take us over there all the time. And they were big linebackers. I was 218 when I came out. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be 250. Nah, that's too big. I don't want to do that. So I get over and I see, I'm going to Miami. Every single weekend I would go on my recruiting visit. I would miss basketball games and my team would lose. Like, we went to the Elite Eight that year, and I was mad. I was like, okay, I got to stop this. So I shut down everything. I was like, all right, I'm done. Auburn, I went to Auburn. They were the only team that offered me to play quarterback. They had Damian Craig at the time, so I thought that was a realistic possibility. But I wanted to get to the NFL. That was the job, right? I want to get there. And they didn't have many black quarterbacks at the time. And I saw something today where there's tomorrow, or when the season starts, there's going to be 16 black quarterbacks that starts the NFL season. How things have changed so much over the last, 25 years. So, but yeah, so I didn't think about, okay, I'm not going to play quarterback. I'm going to Miami because that's linebacker you. I play linebacker. Let's go. And I grew up loving Miami. A kid gets killed down at Miami. A kid gets killed down there the week I'm supposed to go there. And my mom said, no way, you're not going. I jump on the phone and call Coach Stevens. I leave a message, okay? I leave a message for him to call me back because I'm not going to Miami, right? Yeah. He calls me back like 15 minutes later. He said, wait, whoa, hold on. What are you talking about? I was like, well, my mom said I can't go. Some kid, she read like some kid got killed down there. So if you have a space, will you gonna come here? I said, well, I don't know if I'm coming there, but I want to take a visit there, like that. And Mike Peterson, they put me with Mike Peterson. It took 6 hours. I was done. I was locked in. I was like, oh, yeah. Now, my brother walked on at the University of Maryland, okay? We never got to see him play because, like I said, we ain't have no money. We can't fly up there, right? And when he came to Florida State and we drove up to the Florida State game, he got hurt on the kickoff. I'm like, bro, like, come on. I was like, God dang. So we never got to see him play. And this is a cool story right here that you guys are, I think the people listening will find pretty cool.
I didn't know any of it. I love it.
Oh heck yeah. Oh yeah. So I go up to Maryland when I'm 15 years old. 15, and their quarterback at the time, gosh, I'm trying to think his name. He got in trouble, didn't start like the first 6 games or something, and then came back. But their quarterback, we're on the field and we're throwing, and I out-throw him. Like I threw like 66 yards, 67 yards or something, and he couldn't out-throw me. So the coach at the time, Duffy, I want to say his name was Duffy. So he wants my brother to get me to come to Maryland. And my brother's like, he's not coming to Maryland. What are you talking about? Like, no. So we go back to his room. We're there for like a week. And outside, like we go in, we go get something to eat, and we come back, and there's this white dude standing outside, and he's like selling roses and selling t-shirts. I'm like, Jason, isn't that the same guy we saw at the field house? Like, don't he play for y'all? He's like, yeah, man, that's just Kevin, man. Kevin just does that stuff like that. I was like, all right. So we go to this like a sports bar, right? And we're coming out, and I be damn, Kevin again. JB, I don't need a rose. Like, Jason, I don't need a rose. Can you tell Kevin to stop? Fast forward to today. That guy is Kevin Plank, who started Under Armour.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yes, unbelievable.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
unreal. Kevin
You
Plank.
should have bought a rose from him.
Maybe you should have bought
I
all
should
the
have bought a
roses.
damn rose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. So Kevin Plank walked on the same year my brother walked on at Maryland, and most of all the people that he got in his in the commercials, and the guy that does we must protect this house. Like, they were all Maryland guys. They were all Maryland players.
Huh.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. But back to your question. Was sorry, I got off. Sorry. What was it? What were we?
Well, recruiting and just how you ended up in Florida and coach.
Okay.
And
So yeah. Okay. So that's why. So that's how I ended up going to Florida, because something happened at Miami. A kid got killed down at Miami, and my mom was like, "Nope, you're not going." And then I came down, took 6 hours with Mike P, and I was locked in. I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming here." And then after I committed, so I knew Gerard, and then Gerard commits, and we didn't know Ship. We didn't know Steve Ship, and Steve Ship, whose son plays at University of North Carolina now. We didn't know him, but he was a #1 receiver in the class. So if we got him, then we were going to be the #1 class. So we're all trying to find. Back then, I mean, there was no social media and all that. You gotta find the yellow pages in North Carolina to try to find him, you know. So it was like hard trying to find a number. But Gerard got to actually like talk to him, and we all convinced him. Oh, Alex is coming. Travis Taylor, Daryl Jackson, Andre Davis, Gerard, Benny. So we put together this little class. We're like, all right, let's go do it. Like, and it was awesome. Like, knowing the guys before we got there. Andre, I've known him since 5th grade. Like, we played against each other in middle school. Like, yes, and he's always been that big. I promise. Like, he's always been. I had to grow. He always has been that big.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. 'Cause I did not know about the whole Miami thing. Thank God for your mom and a woman's intuition. So so we need to buy her a dozen roses, because that would have been painful to watch you running up and down the field with Miami. So give us your you talked a little bit about NIL.
I made the right decision, no doubt.
Oh, for sure. Give us kind of your quick take on, I mean, NIL's got a lot of different opinions. What's kind of your, maybe what's good about it? What do you think is needed to be changed, and where do you see kind of the evolution continuing to push kids and programs?
Well, the amount of money that's being spent, I didn't really understand where the money was coming from at first. I guess companies are giving this money. Now you see in Oregon where they get Phil Knight, I want to say, that to donate X amount of money, and now they just every year they get the interest of that money, right? So that'll never go away, and the players can truly go out and get their NIL. I love that they're paying the players, okay? I love it. I don't think they need to put a cap on it. I don't think they need to do anything because, okay, I shouldn't say anything. Maybe we do want to keep the fan bases excited about their players, right? And when a player, so you have to lock it up. You have to not allow this to be free agency every year. So you have to stop it at some point. So it's either a 2-year guaranteed deal or a 3-year guaranteed deal, something like that, where the player, they understand what they're getting into. And when if they want to treat it like the NFL, we'll do that. We didn't have that opportunity to, oh, you know what? Seattle wants to pay me 100% more. I'm out of here. You know, like we didn't have that opportunity. So if you sign a 2-year deal, then you have to play the 2 years. You can't just wait until, well, you're going to be second team and now I'm leaving. No, that's crazy. So, but the money part, I think the players should get. I think they should get paid. Hell, I think we should have got paid, but I'm glad we didn't because, man, I got in enough trouble with $20 a month. I didn't need $100,000 a month. So
that is what I'm kind of most shocked about, and maybe because maybe there's better, I don't know, support and structure, but exactly what you said. I've said it often, like, give me AB, Gerard, Awalk, and Rex Grossman $100,000, let alone $1 million.
Oh my God!
I might not be doing good stuff around the University of Florida. I might be. So kudos to these kids, and maybe as immature as we think our younger generation is now, I know what all of us would have done with $100,000, let alone $1 million. So that's the thing that every year I cringe. I just don't want to ever hear like any of that tragedy or tragic story that we used to hear in the past where guys got, couple $100,000 and they spend it on drugs and booze and girls and something. So far, kudos to the support staff. To your point, Alex, the way I kind of posed it to even the Florida Victorious crew when they had a meeting is I said that exact same thing. I said, guys, here's where I see the problem is we want to say, hey, these kids need to be locked into a contract or committed. But I said, Coach Napier, no offense, but you could walk out of here today. Somebody could come and say, Coach, we're going to pay you double what you're making at UF, and you get to up and bounce. So where I think the leveling or equal playing field needs to come is our coaches also have to be beholden to a contract, because I said this in the meeting too. I said, guys, kids aren't smart enough to come up with things on their own. So they're just copying what the coaches are doing. And the coaches, again, like use an example, the guy at Vanderbilt doing a great job. He can leave next year to go to Alabama if they want him because they're going to pay him double. And then somebody's going to pay his buyout, and the whole coaching, carousel goes on and on. So I think until maybe that side of the coin gets fixed, if you will, or straightened out, then I don't think our kids are going to have to be beholden to a different set of rules. But then people say, well,
Mike,
on one hand, you got professionals and these are student athletes. I said, no. Once we started paying the guys, now everybody's a professional, in my opinion.
Correct. 100%. No, I totally agree with that. Everybody's a professional now. When you were talking and you were saying that, it made me think, like, for the first time, I haven't even thought about this. Having the team be able to lock in a player for as many years as the coach is locked into. So if your coach is on a 4-year contract, he has 4 years left in his contract, then you can lock your player in up to 4 years because the coach can't leave for 4 years. So he's locked in. You can't fire him. He's going to be there because he recruited this kid for 4 years. Now, if he only has 2 years, now you can only lock these players in for 2 years. So it forces them to allow the kids to see where we're going with this program. Okay, this guy he's locked in for 4 years. You know what? Yeah, I want to go here. I'll sign a 4-year deal to go to this school. So I'm with you. They got to do something.
No, I like that. I think that's a good wrinkle. And I do like how I always say, I'm real happy when the kids can level up, where the kids maybe started at Toledo or Kent State and they get to go to the big programs. Where it's frustrating for me is kind of what you said earlier. A guy comes into a Power 4 team and you got beat out, so now your easy path is, I'm just going to go to another Power 4 team. To me, that screams more about just the lack of intestinal fortitude, if you will, in that individual and that kid versus they're just chasing money. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If they now, okay, so because I always bite my tongue on this one because
no, let it loose. We love
wherever we work, doesn't matter. Wherever you get a check from, if your boss allowed you to go talk to other people, and those other people offer you 100% more than what you're getting, we're all leaving. We're all gonna leave where we're currently sitting, right? So you have to change that rule first, right? So you have to change that rule first. They're not doing anything that's not allowed. I know everybody feels a certain way about it, but if it's allowed, hell, I promise, if Michael Parsons was able to go out and shop every single year, he would.
Absolutely.
He would. So.
No, I said that was 2 years ago when ETN went from Florida to Georgia. I said, guys, if we wanted to keep him, we could have kept him. We just didn't give him more money. So don't blame the kid. To your point, hey, if the rules are this and he's playing by the rules, kudos to him and kudos to Georgia for stroking the check. Like I've said that many times. Like I have no fault the kids because they're using the platform and the rules that somebody or nobody put in place, and now they're trying to scramble and try to somehow get some control of it. I don't know if they are until they kind of either get kind of that true NFL model, Coach Saban being the commissioner, the conferences all agree on, hey, we're going to, an Alex Brown defensive end is worth this, a Chance Gant quarterback worth this, a JD equipment manager is worth this, and so on and so forth. So
I'm not going to do it.
Sorry, JD. I had to.
But what if
Thanks, Mike. And while we're on that subject, I got something for you. Hang on.
Hold on. Yeah.
All that you were talking. Look at this. Signed football from Brian Kelly right there.
Oh, hey,
gosh.
Guess what? You know what?
Thank you.
My dog needs a new chew toy. That'll be perfect. That new chew toy would be perfect for my dog. Perfect for him. Yeah. So, AB, we like to give JD a lot of flack because, he's obviously an LSU Tiger, which is his first, knock. And then we've constantly reminded him that his head coach has never won shit. And now they win one damn game last week. AB. And now all of a sudden he's King Kong, and here we go.
An overrated Clemson team.
Here we go.
I mean,
they got that Dallas syndrome. They got that cowboy syndrome. That's what they got.
When's the last time y'all won one? When's the last time y'all won one? Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. But see, we don't talk like we're going to win one. Like, I'm not saying any. Right. I think we're going to be a pretty good team this year. I do not have any thought about winning a national championship this year. Y'all think because your little quarterback came back, all of a sudden, nobody talks about how Malik Neighbors is tearing up the NFL, and you guys think you're just going to replace him. Like, no, you can't just replace a guy like that. It's like Miami. What they're thinking, Miami thinks, oh, well, you know what? Our program is good enough that we can lose the #1 pick in the draft, and we're just going to be better next year. No, you're not that good. Like, come on, no way. Like, you guys are wide receiver U. I believe you're wide receiver U, or there with Ohio State. The receivers that come out of there are unbelievable. So you could very well have a young stud coming in there, but he's not Malik Neighbors. He's not him yet. No. So Malik Neighbors is amazing.
No, he's a good. Brian Thomas Jr. is good too. I think I sent Chance a deal today. There's 17 wide receivers from Louisiana that are on active rosters, as starters in the NFL, I think. Something, or
That's
maybe
wild.
not starters, but anyway.
It's
pretty cool.
Louisiana does not get the credit they should for putting out athletes. They do not. Like, I want to say Reggie Wayne's from there. Ed Reed is from there. Like, they put out some really hell, Ike Hillier's from there. Like, I'm talking about some really good players they put out over the years, and they just don't get it. They don't get the credit for being such a small place and putting out the type of talent they put out. So I will agree with you there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to spot the ball in 2 weeks, so.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, yeah. We're going to be ready. We'll be ready. I broke my sack record against them.
Ooh,
you
see
did,
that?
You
just
did what?
I broke the sack record against LSU with Rohan Davey. So I got 2 against him that game. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man.
That would have been top. What year was that? 2000 or
01, I believe.
That was 01.
Yeah.
Hey, what is your prediction for our record at the end of the year, Alex?
Total games, how many we have?
12. Regular season.
9-3.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
And I think it's a really good year.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good year. 8-4. I wouldn't scoff at 8-4. I think they're moving in the right direction. I think they have a hell of a schedule to play. But
that's what I told
looking at that schedule now, I don't really think Texas. I think Texas has a lot of really good players. I think their quarterback stinks.
I'm with you.
Ready? Say it.
3-star QB with a 5-star last name.
There you go.
Yes, agreed. I agree. He's not those guys. He's not. I mean, hell, Eli wasn't Peyton. So everybody want to go to Peyton. Like, no. Peyton is his own. Peyton might be. Yeah. He might be the adopted one. You know, he might be the adopted one. So, like, because the other guys were like, Eli. Eli won 2 Super Bowls. I'll never shit on a quarterback that led a team to a Super Bowl. But without that defense, he doesn't win. Yeah. Just like Trent Dilfer. Okay, I'm not gonna shit on you, but you did have the top defense of all time. You're playing with,
right,
so.
Jim McMahon, even Rex in Chicago having you guys there with Lovey. I mean, that defense was unreal. I mean, love to get Brian Urlacher on the show one day. I know Brian listens and watches the show. So, Alex, if you can, get him on with us. But
Brian's one of my best friends, man. Brian's one of my best friends. I talk to him a lot. I'll make sure I tell him, and he would absolutely come on.
I love it.
I had Florida the same 9-3, and I think we got a chance to sneak in kind of that 11-12 slot. Need some help, and if we could somehow, I think where we got to really pull, and now maybe I'm kind of leaning now maybe a little more 10-2 after what Texas did, but I said initially we had to try to sneak, if you will, a win out of LSU, Georgia, and Texas. But now, I mean, I just think if DJ stays healthy, and Alex, I don't know if you've seen, in person yet, but we've got some dudes again. Like, we look like a legit SEC ball club. I got to go in spring. I mean, our offensive and defensive line, like, they look back to the kind of like guys like yourself, big money, guys who are just getting after people. McGrew. I mean, we've got some dudes on both sides. We've got a lot of senior-laden, experienced guys in the offensive line, which always helps. The only question mark is not because he's not capable. It's just, is DJ going to be able to stay healthy? And then because he missed so much reps in the spring and even a little bit in that kind of OTA period, is will he get some of that timing down, which we'll find out Saturday, because USF they look really good against Boise State. So I think it's a good game, too, kind of to get us to understand where we truly are. I will tell you this right now. The kid wearing your jersey right now playing, that kid is a dude. Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, Jaden Ball is. we can't ever compare people to Freddie T, but he's kind of a Freddie T-ish guy. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he's shifty. So if we could give him the ball 15, 20 times a game, I would be A-okay with that, because that guy is just a flat-out man.
Oh, he's a man. And then with the skill players we have out there, you look at the receiving core that we have. They're young, but they remind me. I mean, we had Jabbar Gaffney. You remember his redshirt freshman year where he just went nuts. I honestly would not be shocked if one of three of those guys did something similar like that. Right? Yeah. I would not be shocked because they're so talented. I think Jabbar actually kind of surprised us a little bit. It was like, whoa, okay, like wow, like he can play. But these kids, Dallas, he's not going to surprise anybody. Vernell Brown III is not going to surprise anybody. And you still got Trey. You still got him. Yep. And there was another kid. There was one more. I know I'm missing him.
Mizell.
Yeah, Mizell's good too, man. So we have the pieces around him. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is it the pieces around him? Is the healthy? No soft tissue injuries and all that stuff. Like that stuff scares me, right? If you and it's weird because if you break something, okay, cool. All right, you broke it. Let's get it healed. But we're talking about hamstring here or shoulder. It's like, oh my gosh, like son, like do something to get yourself ready. You're too talented to not. So I'm hoping he stays healthy.
Yeah. If you want to get somebody fired up, just get Shane Matthews on. Shane's a big believer that they've let him get too big and muscular. Because Shane's like, why the hell do we need our quarterback to be 248 pounds? And in the weight room, like, why just stick him on the field and let him do 7-on-7? And, if he's 220, fine. So I kind of agree with Shane a little bit in the sense that, like, man, to your point exactly, it'd be like, I don't need you to be some, weight room freak. I need you to be healthy, be loose. I mean, Patrick Mahomes ain't no Greek Adonis, and that sucker's pretty damn good. So,
and my Bears had a chance to get him, and we took Mitchell Trubisky instead, and it still bothers me. Damn it!
Yeah. Don't I know it?
Chance is a huge
Bears fan since '85.
Yeah, I love it.
Changed my life. Yep.
Yeah, that Bears defense. No, go ahead. My bad.
Hey, did
Say
you
it
get
again.
to play with Cutler?
I played 1 year with Cutler. Yeah, so 09 I played that year, and then then I was done. Jay was exactly what you hear that he was. He thought his shit didn't stink. Like he thinks he's that dude. And honestly, like if you really, really think about it, like I kind of get it in this sense. In high school, he had to be the best player on his team. He had to be. Vanderbilt has never seen anything like him, nor have they ever seen anything since he's left like him. As far as talent, right? Just pure talent. He gets to Denver and he makes the Pro Bowl. Okay? If you made the Pro Bowl on the NFC, who cares, right? Nobody cared. Nobody was there. He made the NFC when Ben Roethlisberger was in the AFC. When Aaron Rodgers, you got damn, who else was there? Peyton Manning was there. Tom Brady. So I'm like, okay, so you can almost see why he felt a certain way about himself, and he was doing this by the time he was 24 years old, 25 years old. So it's like, so he came to Chicago where everybody gets in line. Well, we already know 54 is the guy. And when I say 54, the reason he's the guy is because I ain't got to say shit else. When I say 54, everybody know who I'm talking about, right? Like, it's just, okay, yep. Everybody get in line. He's the leader, and let's move like as he moves. And Jay didn't do that. Jay thought he was the leader. He's the guy. Well, okay, you're not But the Bears his first year, my year, he threw 26 touchdowns, 26 interceptions. The Bears rewarded him with $100 million contract. Now, from Jay's standpoint, well, what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? What I'm doing, my boss likes it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. So, and it didn't so that's the way it was in Chicago for me. But I was only there for a year, and then I went to the Saints for a year, and I got to see a real quarterback. I got to see Drew Brees, and I was like,
That's right.
I'm gonna tell you a little story about Olin Kreutz. So Olin Kreutz, 7-8-time Pro Bowler, should already be in the Hall of Fame, but I think he will go in the Hall of Fame here soon. Olin comes down to New Orleans as well. It was training camp, so it wasn't like the first practice or anything, but it was early. It was early, though. It was like maybe the first week of practice. And Olin in Chicago would call out everything. So if he thought the corner was coming, he'd call that out. He'd call out this linebacker or that safety. So Drew stopped practice. Whoa. What the hell are you doing? It's like, that corner? If that corner hits me, that's my fault. Don't even worry about him. Don't worry about him. And Olin was like,
wow.
Okay, cool. Like, because he's always had to do that, right? So he always had to be that guy. And then you get down there and you see a guy that is without question, the superstar on your team, but he acts like the 7th round pick that's just happy to be on the team. He was unbelievable, man. He was awesome. So awesome. I mean, every good thing you hear about Drew Brees is true. He is the real deal. The real deal.
Yeah, I've heard that many times. Yeah,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they definitely
They've been trying to find
him,
a replacement for him ever since. That's it. And this is the crazy part about the NFL itself is that you watch a team like Dallas, and they get rid of Parsons, and they get 2 first-round picks or whatever they got, and now they're going to spend the next 2 or 3 years trying to find the next Parsons. It's like, well, you had him. Why'd you let him go? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You're a $15 billion organization. What's happening?
I literally just told somebody
the other day. The smartest man in the room.
We were talking the other day. I said, listen, there's like 2 or 3 guys you don't let walk. I said, if anything, if you're that much of an egomaniac, Jerry Jones, and you want to prove a point, just keep them in your building and make them sit. You don't let them walk out your front door and get whatever picks. And I mean, that just shows you that unfortunately that franchise is going to continue to flounder.
I think so
while
too.
He's in charge.
I agree.
And he's pulling the strings. Yeah, I mean, how do you let
watching that documentary too?
Yeah.
You know, it shows a lot about. I mean, Jimmy Johnson built that team. Absolutely. And they can say what they want to about what Jerry Jones has done, he was the money behind it. But Jimmy Johnson built that team, and Switzer won one 100%. Year, but it was all with Jimmy's guys.
No,
nothing. They had
nothing at all.
I mean, look.
I mean, we don't even have the technology to watch the championships that they won.
You mean to tell me you don't have a VHS in there?
Well, you look at all the great.
I have no VHS.
I mean, you look at all the great college programs and all the great NFL organizations. Like, the football people are allowed to be and run football things. Like, Jerry Jones, a great marketer. He understands how to turn $1 into 100, but just will not let his ego get parked at the table and just take some credit and be like, hey, you know what? I own this thing, but these guys you can go on. I mean, the Robert Krafts and the Rooneys of the world who keep continuing to, put out great products. Their teams win. They don't have this constant turmoil at key positions. And it's like, well, no shit, because they let the coaches and the players and the football people do their thing. They run the
I don't know if he looks at it.
And that's,
You think he
unfortunately.
looks at it the same way, Mike? You think he looks at it the same way? Because, yeah, they ain't winning a championship, but probably the last 10 to 15 years, he hit that point, and they're still the, richest franchise, I guess, richest team in sports, or that's valued.
Yeah.
But that's his business side, right? That's the business side of it. Do that. That. You're really good at that. Do that part. Let somebody else do the football part.
Yeah.
Well, to your point,
VHS.
He may have changed his mindset to now of, I could give two shits if we win the Super Bowl. I just want to keep making sure that my brand, the Jerry Jones brand, is just continuing to do this on a stock trader. So that's a great point.
I want to ask y'all, whenever you would when y'all were at Florida, when y'all would go through your game films and they have the VHS and you're on the TV, the little tube TV, and you're watching yourself and the coaches are dissecting it. Did y'all always did y'all talk shit to each other? Man, what was you doing?
100%.
I mean, what?
We did. In Chicago, it was worse. In Chicago, it was worse. Okay. And the film, I didn't know if we were going to talk about film, but my SEC, and I'll let Mike tell his story, but my welcome to the SEC moment wasn't on the field at all. It was in the meeting room, and Jamie Campbell, and we'd run a dog blitz, and Jamie's supposed to get outside. He would always hit the B gap. Jamie, get your ass outside. And he would never get outside of the tackle. Coach Rod Broadway, I'm a freshman. I am a freshman sitting in here. I just turned 18 years old, and Coach Broadway has his little marker. He circling Jamie, and he's like, Jamie, you see this? This right here is why we're recruiting somebody right now for your sorry ass. I was like, there's no way he just said that. There's no way. Oh shit! It was and I think about today, and it's if Coach said that to a kid today, he would break down. He'd break down.
Just crying.
Yes. So I thought I'd share that.
With
That
us,
was awesome.
We said. Almost identical, and just because obviously on the offensive side, if we were all watching film together, Coach Spurrier's running the clicker, he's running, and the same thing. I learned very quickly because as a redshirt when I wasn't playing, I would watch Spurrier jump guys' asses. Zach Pillar, one of our buddies, played a long time in the NFL, a really good player. Zach, what'd you do here? If guys start making excuses. Coach, no, it's not your fault. We recruited you. We put you in the game. We put you in there. Or, hey, we're getting we're recruiting somebody else to get you out. So I just quickly I realized before at that time, all right, hey, if this ever happens to me, which I know it probably will, Michael, what are you doing here? Coach, I sucked on this play. It was bad. You should get somebody else in there. He'd be like, well, just don't do it again. Okay. Because I'd already kind of beat him to the punch. I knew what he was going to say, and I knew what he wanted me to say. So I was Coach, I suck. You should get somebody else in there.
I'm listen, this is awesome for me because we didn't sit in a meeting with Coach Spurrier like that. We never did on the defensive side.
Right.
There was in '97, we lose to Georgia. Okay, Stoops is our defensive coordinator. Coach Spurrier wants to come over and take over the clicker, and Coach Stoops is like, hell no! You brought me in here to coach the defense. I'm gonna coach the defense. Coach Spurrier's like, let me see you outside. And they just fucking go at it. And I'm still a freshman. All this shit happened my freshman year, and I'm like, oh my God, he is talking back to Coach Spurrier? What is going on right now? Jeez. So, that's the only time I can remember Coach Spurrier actually being in and running a clicker. Because he did. He came back. They came back in. He sat right beside Coach Stoops because we had lost to Georgia. and we do not lose to Georgia. So he knew something was wrong, right? So he sat there. I don't know who was running the clicker, but both of them was talking through that game. And because Coach, I mean, they did the offense. It was all offense. I don't think they really cared that much about defense until we got a little better. But it was just score 50 points and we'll be fine. We would go on 12-play drives on defense, and we're sucking air. Before I can get a damn Gatorade cup, it's 3 and out. I'm like, Coach, can you run the ball one play? It's like pass, punt team. Damn it, man. Gosh. Oh, man. It didn't happen that often, but it was like, Coach, like, can we sustain a drive? Or not necessarily punt team, it's pass, touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Like, gosh.
Touchdown,
It was rough, man.
Fellas, I'm telling you, there was only two people that I was afraid of when I was at University of Florida. One was Hot Rod, Coach Glass, which Alex could attest to, because that sucker, that guy would whip your ass quick if you talk back to him. And the second guy was Bobby Stoops, because I lived as a redshirt on that practice field, and when that sucker would start hollering Mayday, and he'd start beelining it to you as the scout team offensive tackle because you didn't. Now, granted, I'm trying to block AB and Javon Curse. Coach, I'm trying my best. Why don't you tell these two suckers to, like, slow down or take a break? Let me block Jamie Campbell for once. Let me try to do something. But that dude was scary, man. Stoops was a scary dude, man. He was intense all the time. You just kind of walk by like this, at least as a scout
Mike,
team
you talking
freshman.
about beelining to you. So I broke my foot, and I didn't get on the field until like mid-September, mid-September, probably early October, where I started to get around and running around because I had a cast on. So my first practice, Fred Taylor's in the backfield. I'm playing Sam linebacker. Fred Taylor's in the backfield. He's like, Alex, okay, my job on this particular defense is to hammer everything back if Fred T comes my way and I get a pulling guard or I get a fullback at me, I got to hammer it back. Now, if it's a pass, I need to get 15 yards back underneath the curl route that Jacquez Green is running. And the first play is like, said hut, and I'm like, all right. And they threw it. I was like, oh, shit. Like, my feet, I might have, like, jumped my feet a couple times. Fred T, they did a play action, and ball was out. And I was like, oh, wow. And I felt like Mike P because I knew he was coming, and Coach Stoops is running at me. I'm like, oh, God, like, oh, Jesus. Yeah. And he caught me everything except for a child of God at that point. And it was unbelievable. But then you don't know what you don't know, right? So the play action, well, watch the tackle. If the tackle head comes up and he's pass blocking, it's not a run. Get up under the curl. Like, that's what he was saying. He just said a lot of other words with it, you know? That's all.
Yeah. A lot of in between the coaching moments.
Now, were y'all surprised when he left to go to Oklahoma and then won a national championship?
Surprised that he won a national championship so quick.
I
was.
Yeah.
Correct.
I would say it wasn't surprised he left because we knew he was, we knew the caliber of coach he was and where he was heading. But to Alex's point, surprised it turned around that quickly and he got that thing going for sure. Because when he got there, they were worse than when Brian Kelly took over your Tigers a couple years ago, JD.
Oh, they were bad. And then the way they won it, how they beat Florida State in that championship game, like they basically gave them 2 points. They basically gave it to them as a safety at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like they dominated. Yeah. They dominated, and I mean, they had a little luck. I mean, Josh Heupel wasn't like that dude, right? But he had a really good year. But their defense, man, was so good. Their defense was, wow, they were so good.
Oh, balls out. Yeah.
Josh Heupel, quarterback.
We watched him play in the Independence Bowl the year before that over here, and I thought, man, they're pretty good, but I didn't expect them to go undefeated the next year for sure. But they did.
Doesn't sound like too many Oklahoma fans in here. He's like, well, they did.
Well, they're a Big 8 school, or Big 12, or Southwest Conference, whatever the hell they are.
Not yet.
They're not an SEC school yet.
Well, AB, man, we appreciate you hanging out with us this long, man. We're always grateful for all these former Gator greats to join us, dude. And again, from bottom of my heart, I'm being serious. Like I've been able to get some places in life because of guys like you and teammates that pushed us to be better. And I'm love seeing the smile on the guys, for real. This guy, he brightens up a room when he walks in. He's one of those guys that you'd be happy to have as a teammate and a guy
I appreciate it, Mike.
with you. So
thanks,
I
man.
appreciate you coming on. And
hey,
same, buddy. Same. Yeah. You know it, man. You know I love you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, AB, I'll be down there November 22 against Tennessee. I'd love to see you down there. Meet you in person.
Game,
How about that?
And I'm going to say this right here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to that game. I don't know if I am. These kids, man, I'm going to be in Jacksonville this weekend, and I'm going to try to get over to the game and then got to get back because my daughter plays ECNL soccer, so we're playing in Jacksonville. But I want to say I said this to Shane on his show years ago, that if that Tennessee game never happened, I still got the sack record, right? Like, and I'm like when I talk to people, I'm like guys, I understand that game was awesome, and all my teammates, they all did their damn job, so I can make those plays. Some of those plays, if Gerard isn't holding up the middle or pressing that pocket, I don't get that sack because the quarterback steps up, right? Or Andre Davis if he doesn't do his job, I don't get that play. Or we move Eugene McCaslin. We move Eugene. True story. God dang it, I think I said this to him, years ago. But Eugene had, every time he got his first, he had 2 sacks in that game. He got a sack. I was pissed on the sideline. I was like, how the hell he just moved to damn defense and he get a sack? I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was not happy, right? And then I get one. I'm like, all right, Eugene, I'm coming, boy, I'm coming. And then he gets another one. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. Like, what is going on? Like, how does he have 2 sacks in this game? Like little things that just fire you up. And people have asked me about that game, and I tell you, it was so loud in that game, they couldn't hear a thing. Not a thing. And probably the 3rd sack. Nope, the 4th one, where it was back-to-back, the 2nd of the back-to-back sacks. That one was every time he get under the center, he kind of tapped the center because he couldn't hear it say it. So he hut, like that. And I come to the sideline, I'm like, I know damn well he ain't doing that. Like, nah, there's no way. And Coach Hoke is like, you better not be offsides. It's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be offside, but I'm finna try this right here. So, and yeah, I'm finna try it. I'm finna shoot. So, and I got a sack, and then the next play, they did it, and when I look back, I'm like, I appreciate that ref, but when I got the sack, I'm looking around, like, I'm like, oh shit, they didn't throw anything. Like, I got another one. Let's go. And it was wild. That whole night was wild, man. It was crazy. And then we won. Like, if we don't win that game, we don't talk about that game that much. It isn't as exciting to talk about it. But the fact that we won, and I think it always comes back to that. I had 4 sacks against the Giants in the NFL, and we won. So that's why when I'm there and in Chicago, people talk about that game. It's like, because we won it. That's why, And it took our team to win that game.
Yeah.
It took everybody to do their job so we can beat the team that went undefeated the previous year, beat us at their home field that previous year. We lose everybody that anybody thought was somebody. So Javon Curse leaves, Johnny Rutledge leaves, Reggie McGrew leaves, Mike Peterson, Takeo Brown, 33. They're
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
All the guys are gone. We got Eugene McCaslin, a former running back, starting at Sam linebacker, and everybody else is freshmen or sophomores. Other than him, he's a junior.
Yeah.
So on defense, nobody expected a whole lot from us, and we were just cocky enough to be like, all right, let's go see, let's go see what the hell happens, right? So, and fortunately, we were able to, like Coach Spurrier always says, like, God really smiled on the Gators that day for sure. Mike, you can reach out to me anytime, man. Guys, thank you. Love y'all. Appreciate the show.
Yes,
tag me in it, and I'll make sure I repost it and do all that stuff. So, all right. For sure.
Thank
all right,
you
cool.
so
Go
much.
Gators, baby.
We'll do it.
Come on. Go Gators. Go
Thank
Gators,
you,
baby.
Go Gators.
Hey, bro.
Go Gators.
Go Gators, baby. Come on, JD. Go Gators.
Right over left. Right over left.
All right, guys. For sure. All right, baby. See you.
Love, see you, man.
Yep.
See you, AB.
He's such a good dude, man. He like that smile.
Awesome.
That's who he is, dude. He's a dude. His son, I think his son's playing. He told me last week or when we talked. I guess his son was playing or had a scholarship to play at baseball. I think it was Mercer, and then they because anyway, the point of the story is they live in Atlanta, Georgia, or just north of Atlanta now. And I was like, hey, how'd y'all get there? Because they were in Chicago forever. He's like, well, funny story. He said, my boy's going to Mercer for scholarship for baseball. And then they canceled the season like 2 or 3 weeks before, school's going to start. So him and his wife kind of scramble mode. And he ended up finding a school north of Atlanta, and they just kind of started looking around. He's like, shit, he said, we went from paying about $40,000 in taxes a year to about $4,000. We got the same size house. We were like,
wow,
we're moving. Yeah. So they live just north of Atlanta now.
That's cool.
So hopefully, I asked him, man, hopefully get some more Gator games, maybe.
So we didn't really talk about last week's games at all yet. I know we're already an hour and 12 into this, or somewhat. So I'm not going to gloat for that big win we had at Clemson.
Let's definitely talk about the LSU game, and then we could do.
I want to talk about LSU and Bama, Florida State. Those two for sure. I don't really want to get into Ohio State, Texas. I honestly didn't think both offenses really looked that good. Their defenses played really good, but they really don't have it. I think Arch will get better. I mean, I really do. It's just going to take him some time. He's not. This is a 3-year process probably, and he'll. He's not going to win you a whole lot of games by himself this year, but he'll get better. As far as Bama goes, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I kind of have this idea that, for the last 17 years that Nick Saban's been there, I mean, you think about Alabama really has 13 national championships that they've actually won on the field. They claim 18, but they've actually won 13. Some of those were polls here and there. A poll in Birmingham gave them a title, or however it works. Same thing that Auburn did a couple weeks ago. So, 11 of the 13 titles that they've won have come with 2 coaches, Bear Bryant, Nick Saban. Okay? Now, you look at it from the standpoint of, had Kentucky's athletic department not given the basketball coach a freaking Cadillac and done what they had to do to Bear Bryant, maybe he never leaves Kentucky for Texas A&M. You don't know.
Right.
And the same thing with Nick Saban. He had to test the waters of the NFL. He wanted to. That was what he wanted to do. And so once he did that and he realized he didn't, he wanted to come back to LSU, but it wasn't open. So they've actually been really fortunate in getting all those championships with those two coaches. Now, do you feel like Alabama fans, especially, they thought their program was bigger than what Nick Saban is? Especially at this point in time, modern day college football, do their fans feel like that their program was bigger than Nick Saban? I do.
I think they did, and now they're realizing how important one person can be. I mean, very, very true to what you just said about Bear Bryant. I think when they replaced him with was it Ray Perkins that replaced him?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was Ray Perkins, but nonetheless, they thought, well, hey, our program is such a dynasty. We can just bring in a Bear Bryant disciple, and we won't miss a beat. And they did. Mm-hmm. And then they tried to do it again with Gene Stallings, and kudos to him. He did win one, but
he did win one.
I think
1992 against Gino Coretta.
Right. I just think it's one of those deals where, like, what's that old song? Don't know what you got till it's gone. And not that they wanted Saban gone. I mean, that's not the point to what I'm saying. It's just that role and that special time that they got to have for 17 years or whatever it was is never coming back ever.
No.
And kudos to Nick, because he recognized that. He also said, whatever the straw that broke the camel's back for him was they're preparing for the playoff game, and guys are in his ear chirping about money and NIL and what kind of sponsorships and deals they're going to have. So he knew right there, hey, I'm not able to reach these people, meaning these young men, anymore like I used to be able to. And maybe he's kind of taken a step aside to kind of recharge and retool how he does things. This is all speculation. I don't know this. But in my opinion, I could see him coming back to Alabama and trying it again. But I don't know.
He said Saturday, like, Miss Terry won't let him do that. He's like, I've had
everybody says it. But here's the deal. To that point,
he lied when he left Miami. So,
and I think that's what I'm saying. It ain't like he's not gone on his word again. My whole point to everything I'm saying is, and I think AJ McCarron either came out yesterday or today, and he said what Alabama faithful and fans have to realize is, as good as we think we are, we don't have the ability just to roll our helmets out or put the A on some kid's table in their house and get them to come. We got to start forking out cash. And obviously they have not been doing that probably the last year and a half or so, because according to AJ, and I think he said it, like, they don't even have $20 million in their NIL.
Right.
Wow.
So that's what AJ McCarron said. I don't have this for fact. I'm just saying I went off the article I read from him, because he said where he believes they've fallen behind the eight ball, to your point, JD, is, well, people just said, well, hell, we're Alabama. We don't have to do what other people do. And the reason it hits home for me is because Florida tried to live by that MO for years and years and years with our facilities, and then it came to end up biting us in the butt after Coach Meyer left, and then Muschamp came in and said, guys, our facilities, like, we and this is before NIL. So thank God we've got the facilities now and the backing from the NIL, because what if we had the backing but we had the NIL but we didn't have the facilities? So Alabama's got to come to Jesus moment, if you will, of, hey, if we want to get back to where we think we should be, then somebody's going to have to start stroking the checks, because we don't have that ability and the guy in place to get these recruits to figure out, hey, because think about how many times they had these 4 and 5-star guys that were sitting the bench 2 years in a row. God. And they wouldn't leave because they knew, if I can just get 6 games under this guy's regime, I'm going to get drafted. Not even a whole year.
Yeah.
If I can get 6 games. Yeah. And so they had that again, that MO of, like, guys, You listen to us. Here's how we do it. Here's how we get you there. We save your body. We do it the right way. You're NFL ready. You hit the ground running. And so if they don't spend money, and that's everybody.
Yeah,
they're going to be behind the ball.
And I think to your point, to your point and what I was trying to say, and you said it better than me, was they're the best program in SEC history. We're not saying that they're not, and they're there because it's just what they've been. But in this modern day era of college football, you're not going to just live off of who you were. And like you said, like Florida didn't do their facilities because they were Florida. You didn't have to. People wanted to come play for Spurrier and all the, the stuff that went along with that because you were going to win. You were going to be on TV. You were going to go to play an SEC championship game. Like, people wanted that. And as times changed and things started evolving, that was one of the things we were talking about. Like, when Nick Saban first got to LSU, the first thing he said when he was walking on campus was, why are the players having to walk from here all the way over there to practice? Like, they're having to get ready inside Tiger Stadium and walk 3/4 of a mile to practice. Like, that ain't going to cut it. Yep. And so he started changing the way they thought about things. And so that's kind of how they built up all their facilities there. And like we said last year, when he went down there for game day, he was the one that designed all of it. And it was the first time that he had seen what he designed before he left. And so you think about how long it takes for that to develop. And so with NIL, it's all about building money now. So Bama's got the facilities. You don't have to worry about that. But they have to understand that you have to buy in on all aspects of it in order to stay at that elite level. But you've also got to have coaching to go along with it. I mean,
right. I was going to say, there
has to be that. So LSU, Clemson, talk on that for a second. I thought the defense, and personally, the defense it's the best defense I've seen LSU play in 10 years at least. I know I saw a deal from Pro Football Focus where they said it's the best defensive grade out that LSU's had since 2014. So that was impressive to me.
Yeah, I agree. Defensively and just the way that you would think it'd be hard to confuse or fluster a guy of Cade Klubnik's caliber and his not tenure, but the amount of ball games he's played. It's not like he's a redshirt freshman. He's been there, done that. So I think the fact that they were able to confuse him and rattle him, keep him off his game, is kudos to that D coordinator that you guys have. Is this his second year? At LSU?
Year, yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell, and it's like anything else. When you can keep some consistency at those key coaching positions, then your players start understanding, okay, hey, here's what coach is looking for. Here's how I make adjustments in game and not have to have him right here next to me. And it just, you could tell they played with such a confidence. It doesn't bode well for the rest of the SEC if that defense plays like that the rest of the year. I'll tell you that. Because we know that offensively, those guys are going to play well. And the young offensive line played pretty good.
Yeah, I felt like the difference to me was the defensive line. It was like they were shedding blocks, holding their own. They got penetration. Like, they actually stood their ground and advanced, which, I was surprised, which not really I was, but I wasn't, because we talked about this, like the technique that Kyle can teach, to those kids, because he played at an elite level in the NFL, is far better than what they had before, even though Bo Davis is a great coach and, coach for the Lions, NFL caliber coach. Kyle brings a different level to those kids that I feel like allowed them to do what they did. And then on the other token, like what you were talking about with AV earlier, iron sharpens iron. You going against him every day made you way better. You going against him made him way better. And so I felt like our biggest concern going into the game was the offensive line, and man, they played flawless. So going against that level of competition every day allows you to be better. So,
well, I guess because you guys live there in the state, kind of and we're joking around like everybody's pounding their chest, but I'm curious, is it more of a sigh of relief, or is it, hey, we're optimistic and we really think, I mean, I know it's some of both, I get it, but like what's the bigger, I guess, sense?
I think it's more optimism, and Chance can probably attest to this too from what he's seen, but everybody that I saw on Facebook's like, holy shit, we got a defense. And, it's like, we've been like Swiss cheese the last few years, so I think at that point, everybody's like, oh, okay, we got a real shot here. It's not just, we've had good offenses the last few years. We just ain't been able to stop a nosebleed,
Yeah.
So I think it's optimism.
I watched the majority of it coming back from the from the Gator game, and I thought Nussmeier and Nussmeier looked, for whatever reason, he looked, I'll say, tough and rugged to me, because he took a couple good pops, and I always like it as a player when I see my leader just hop back up and like, hey, let's go. I think that was one of those kind of, if there's going to be a Heisman moment, I think they're going to be more for him, but that's a good start, if you will, of taking some licks and still, marching and leading that team.
Well, Mike, let's get into this week's picks.
Yeah.
First game out of the box, Iowa State. Iowa State's the favorite, 3.5. Over under 41.5.
Ooh,
Mike, what you like?
I'm gonna go with the Cyclones. I think I can't remember that coach's name, but I like what he's doing up there. He's been there for a while, although his hat does suck. Matt Campbell. Chance, could you send him some new road tag hats, maybe with some Cyclone colors?
Road tag.
God almighty, that guy looks like
total solution provided.
He looks like he played third base with me at East Point Little League in 1989, where you just bend that sucker down.
Straight off the T-ball
field.
Could
have been a Marsalis.
Straight off the T-ball field in 1990.
So I'm going to say Iowa State to win. I'm going to say Iowa will cover because there's always good defense from that side of the ball. And then I'm going to take the over just because, I don't know, 41.5. And I like my good buddy, Anthony Beck, who is the head coach of the Jayhawks or the Birdhawks. I can't think of the St. Louis something Hawks for the spring league, but his son is something. But his son is the quarterback, and he's playing some good ball. I think last week he had 1 or 2 incompletions total for the game. So I'm going with Iowa State to win, Iowa to cover, and I'm going to take the over.
All right, JD.
I'm going with Iowa to win. And I'm going to go with the under. So, well, not really. I mean, it's a 3-point game. Okay. Iowa to win, Iowa to cover. The under. I think that I was reading a stat the other day. When Iowa scores 20-plus points in the last few years, they're like something to know when they score more than 20 points. It was like crazy. They haven't lost a game when they score more than 20. So if it's a high-scoring game, if it's going to be over 40, if it's a 21-20 game, take the Hawkeyes.
But that's like saying
ISU under for me.
But that's like saying if Chance didn't fall asleep underneath his mom's bed when he was in high school, that he'd be the first period on time.
Bam, got him.
Oh, that's a true story.
That's not true. That's a Rance Gant fable.
And they got him up and gave him his keys and he drove to school.
Next game up. The Baylor Bears coming off a loss, 0-1. Going to my fourth favorite team in my row of teams that I like. SMU. SMU is favored 2.5. Over under 64.5, gentlemen. JD.
Give me Rhett Lashley and the Stangs to win. And you said the spread's 2.5?
Yeah.
I think they cover. I think it'll be a 3+ point game. What's the over and under?
64.5.
Ooh. Let me have. There ain't gonna be no defense. Give me the over.
Oh, I like it. Wow. Son of a bitch.
Dang.
Give me the over. No defense.
Michael Wayne.
I thought we were going to be in the Honda together, but it's going to be SMU, and I'm going to take the under.
That's what I have too. That's exactly what I have.
So
There's a Honda
me and Chase in the Honda.
That's right. Yeah. Four-banger. All right, next game up, those Pokes from Stillwater, Oklahoma against Oregon. Oregon is favored minus 29.5. And the over-under is 57.5. Now, Oklahoma State did not look good at all against UT Martin week number 1. So that's probably the cause for concern with 29.5. Mike, as you've looked at that, tell me what you think.
I'm going to take I'm going to take Oregon. I don't think there's any chance that Oklahoma State can't cover. So I'm going to take Oak State to cover.
Okay.
But I am going to take the over because I feel like Gundy's got to do something, and he's going to try to pull out every piece of hairspray and hair product that he can to get these boys moving in some sort of right direction. Because I would hate for this to be his last year and them go out with such a terrible.
I feel the same way with that. And if you listen, that ignition's kind of hanging up a little bit, but to some it's just going to crank. I'm going the same way you did, Mike, because I feel the same way. All right, that Accord is cranked up. Yep, that 4-banger is ready to roll. But I do think, Gundy can't have another 4, 5, 6 win season, and they're going to run him out, even though that he's built everything there. They should give him a lifetime because as long as he wants to be there, he's there. But
they'll keep him around, but T-Boone, T-Boone, rest in peace. T-Boone was always kind of his safety net, and he's not there, so they're gonna. And I think to Gundy's credit, Gundy would probably step down anyway. He'd probably say, "Hey, time for me."
I think he would too. Yep. Kind of a Spurrier type deal. I've never been fired from anywhere I've been. I'll just step down. That's the right way to do it. I mean, that's smart. That's what we do at Florida. All right, next game up, the Running Rebels, Ole Miss, favored 9.5 over those Wildcats from Kentucky in the Bluegrass. 50.5 is the spread. Who do we like? Gentlemen, I'll let y'all pick.
I'm going to take the
Ole Miss to win,
Rebs.
Kentucky to cover.
Yep, same with me. And what you got?
I
went under.
I'm going to take – no, I was going to say under. Yep.
There we go. We're in one accord.
Ole Miss to win, Kentucky to cover.
We're all there. We're all there on that because I don't like Kentucky to score points to get. Yep, it's the under. All right, we're all the same on that one. Should we hold on that next game or?
I mean, it's up to you. You can do it last, or you can do Michigan, Oklahoma last.
Well, I was going to Mich, Oklahoma, and Florida that one last. So Tech and LSU. Tech goes down from Ruston, Louisiana, down to Baton Rouge. The only thing that we need to actually gamble on this game, and guys, listen up for Parlay for Perfection right here to get your winning picks to make a little money on this game. Is Tech going to be able to cover the 37.5 at 51.5 over under?
No.
Okay. So JD likes LSU, all the gas and the over?
All the way.
Okay, LSU on the gas.
What happened to Pearson? There he is.
He's back.
I picked LSU, and I took the over.
Yep, we're all there then.
Yeah.
We are all there. Next game is kind of something that I don't know, I like. I like that Arizona State and Mississippi State matchup. Arizona State, of course, is favored, but they're only favored a touchdown and a half a point. We got the hook. So 59.5 is the spread, though. So who do we like on that one, Mike? Go first.
This might be my upset special of the week. I'm gonna take the I'm gonna take the Bulldogs because, you know, when you've never been to Stark Vegas, you're in for kind of you're in for a little bit of a surprise. Let's just say that. And I don't think Arizona State has ever been to Stark Vegas in my lifetime. So I'm gonna say MSU is gonna win. I think ASU will cover. And give me the.
You can't do that, Mike. Damn it!
Why?
If Mississippi State's the underdog and Arizona State's favored,
well, okay, sorry. I thought. Hold on. No. Listen, I thought we have. I thought Mississippi State was the favorite at home. No, that was an accident. I literally, guys. I was looking
on your sheet. It's in red.
I know it's on my sheet, but
like in the Bible, when Jesus spoke, it's in the red. This is in the red.
Hey, don't make me bring up Fickle. Don't make me bring up Fickle. Don't make me bring up Fickle.
You're an insurance and not a financial advisor.
Hang up on
Listen. Look, I will show you right here because I already made a note. I was looking at the -5.5 that's directly under the Mississippi State as their over under. I made a mistake. I know what I'm doing. Sorry.
We'll give you that. Hey, we'll give you that.
Anyway,
so give me MSU, and the under. You sorry sons of.
We're going cowbells, baby, all the way.
There you go.
So, give me the
cowbells. Let the dogs out.
The over?
I like. What's the over and under?
59.5.
Under.
Okay. That may not be bad. I'm going to take the under for sure. I agree with Mike on the going down there. I watched a video today of Arizona State trying to get ready for the Mississippi State crowd. And there was a couple little managers, like water hustlers, and they didn't even have real cowbells. They had like little Christmas bells, and they were going ding, 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 ringing them behind the players, and it was really laughable, like thinking that was going to simulate the crowd noise. So definitely like Mississippi State to cover. I think Mississippi State beats them too, Mike. Give me Mississippi State State in the under.
That's right. You going with
one
me?
accord, baby.
We riding in that Honda.
Let's go. All right, big game. Well, another game just kind of slipped in here on it, but we've talked about them having a bad deal and the program buster. But Bama and UL Monroe. Now, if you'll look back to 2000 and I believe it was 7, Nicky Saban's first year
ain't
at
happening
Bama,
this week.
I don't think it is either.
No.
Bama hosts UL Monroe, and they're favored by 36.5, and 50.5 is the spread. Who do y'all like?
I like Bama to win.
Yeah.
But I like ULM to cover.
Ooh,
Okay.
I
Drew,
think
you
they
hear
can.
that? Want UL to cover? Mike likes UL to cover. That's your team over there in West Monroe.
I like how you call it UL because it is still UL.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'll take the over on that one.
Okay. I like that too. I think I'm gonna go with you on that. Bama, UL to cover in the under.
I think Bama's pissed off this week.
You're right about that, but I don't know how good they are.
They're gonna have 50 at halftime. Trust me.
All right,
You're going under. You're going under, Chance. You're going under.
I think I'm gonna go under. Yeah.
Okay.
Under.
Loser.
Okay.
Lahoo.
So I think the next game, College Game Day, is traveling up to Norman, Oklahoma.
Circle the wagons.
Circle the wagons, so to speak. Boomer, friggin' Sooner.
Mm-hmm.
OU is favored 5.5 over Michigan, the number 18 ranked Michigan Wolverines, and 45.5 is the spread. Who do we like and why? And what?
I went Michigan, and the over.
Ooh, that's an upset special.
No.
Wag
Y'all ever seen it?
Wag it, baby.
Y'all ever seen that video when that whole wagon comes up over and dumps all them people? That's what's going to happen this weekend.
Yes, I have. Many times the little ponies have gotten overturned by
Got
the
loose.
wagon. Give me. I'm gonna take Oklahoma to win. I think they will. This is gonna be a grind out, ugly game, and I actually think we might reach the under on 45.5. Oklahoma, Michigan to cover and under 45.
I'm going Oklahoma to win, Oklahoma to cover, and the over.
Okay.
We are not one of a quarter.
All right.
John Mateer going to light them up.
We got one Baptist, one Episcopalian, and one Catholic. That's what we got going on right here.
That's right.
That's right.
And yeah, exactly. Last game of the weekend for us. This is a 4:15, 3:15 game here. The Florida Gators are hosting a team that's just right outside the top 25. That upset the BSU BS'd us last week.
Who did it?
And the USF Bulls are traveling into Gainesville to play our Florida Gators. More specifically, Mike's Florida Gators. Florida's favored 17.5 over the Raging Bulls coming into town. 56.5 is our OU. JD, take it away.
So I think that USF never plays good in Gainesville for some reason. Mike, tell me if I'm wrong. When's the last time USF actually played good in Gainesville? How long has it been? Have they?
They haven't.
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
What was the score?
It was a closer game. It was like a 10-point game.
That was UCF.
No, sir.
Wasn't it? USF? Okay. Well, I think that Florida will win. I think USF will cover, and I'm going to take the under.
Okay. I'll go next, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to go Florida on the gas. You've heard me talk about like I'm nervous about it. Give me Florida in the gas. Give me Lagway and the boys. Give me the running game. Give me all that. Michael, do what you do here. We're going over, cover, Florida win. The good guys will win again.
So if you could see that, ladies and gentlemen, so it might be backwards on the screen. Maybe the producer can fix that. But this is a game ball from the SEC championship in 2000.
Nice.
Versus the Auburn boys. So anyhow, this is the 25th anniversary game for our 2000 SEC champion team. So we're definitely winning the game. I think USF will cover because they got a pretty dang good quarterback and their defense is pretty stout. And I'm actually going to take the over because I think Billy and the boys are going to light that scoreboard up to show the fans kind of what we are hoping is starting to come back to Gainesville, and that's some great teams that are running up and down the field. So let me just say we're excited. We're excited for the game. Obviously, going to see a bunch of the old guys back in town, and got a reunion going on Friday night and some festivities. So it's going to be a great weekend for us in the Gainesville area and seeing our mighty Gators.
Yeah, are you going to be on the field?
Yeah, we get to come out at halftime and do the wave.
I love it.
And we'll,
ladies and gentlemen, please.
Wait a minute. Just got this word in from Senator Fleetwood Fleming. Yes, they will be on the field, JD. Yep, they will be. Yes, Fleetwood.
Need another pass, Fleetwood.
Yeah.
Fleetwood, we're going to steal another field pass from him. Looks like we'll be down there too.
Hopefully, I won't have to steal our buddy Phil Farr's sideline pass to get out there. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend, and we're going to stay at the Swamp House that you boys have been to, and going to have some folks over, and we're excited.
That'll be fun. Is Rex coming up, or?
He is. He's doing some family stuff. We talked to him, so he's unable to make it to this one, but he's definitely said he's hoping he can come to either the Tennessee game or the Florida State game. So we'll get him back up to the ballpark soon enough. We know it. The Gator faithful love seeing number 8, so we'll get him back there for sure.
Love it.
Well, episode 43. It was a good one. It's a long one, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
AB is awesome.
He's one of the best. Mount Rushmore Gators for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to work on that. Get that number 13 retired. What about that? All-time sacks leader?
Yep.
I think it needs to happen.
I'd be
Wilbur Marshall go.
I'd
right
be
up
the
there
first
at the
vote
top
to say
defensively.
yes.
Yep. Agreed. Mike, as we roll out another 43 episode here, finish us off with our saying. What do we always say about striving for perfection?
Settle for excellence.
Hey, I love it. You had a little help over here from the audience and helped you out a little bit. I'm glad you got it right.
that was my good old Sonota Sassa internet delay. I knew that even before I had it right here.
I love it. Well, we love you, and we will see you and tear them up down there on the field. Do a little boom, boom, boom for me and JD on Jumpin' Offsides while you're down there on the field.
I surely will.
Thank you, bro.
All right, Mike. See you, buddy.
See you, boys.